welcome back to the channel. Alright, special video for you all here today. In this video we are gonna attempt actually getting out of this garage here. Let's see what FSD does. So, and boom, it failed just like that. So it's trying to go into that gated area here, which is not what I was trying to do exactly. So let's see, now we're at the top of the garage. All right, we're gonna try this again here. All right, let's see if it can figure its way out the garage now. Starting right here. All right, so it needs to basically make a U-turn here and then work its way down the garage. So this is a true test. I've never done this before. It's gonna be my first time trying this out. FSD in a parking garage. So here we go. So far it's doing its thing. It's actually working correctly. It took the right turn. Awesome. All right, so let's see if it can make its way down the garage now. All right, so look how tight it is over here. FSD doing its thing. All right, so far it's making all the right turns. It's making its way down the garage. No input whatsoever. I started it from the top of the garage. Here we go again. Let's see if it can figure this out. Now this is where it might make the wrong turn, and it did. It was actually supposed to go down that way, and it's gonna actually get stuck now in this situation. Let's see what it does. It's gonna get stuck. All right, really close, FSD. Let's see what it does now. It's basically in front of a wall. It made a mistake there, so we're gonna have to take over here. It did not make it through exactly what I wanted it to do, so we're gonna try to help it out a little bit. Let's see if it can figure out what it needs to do from this position here. So it looks like it's gonna try to continue up that way, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So what I'll do is really help it out by bringing it to this point, and now let's see what it does. All right, so here we go. We're gonna try to exit the garage. It did bring me down 2 floors really well with no issues whatsoever. Let's see, now it's got to make this really tight right turn here at the bottom of the garage. And look, it did figure this part out, and it got me to the bottom of the garage. And let's see if it can make it out this shopping center now and on with my drive. So as you can see here, FSD still needs some improvement inside multi-level garages. It worked. It got me down 1 or 2 levels, but then when it needed to go into that like specific cut, which is pretty much, it wasn't following a pattern, that's when it didn't know what to do and it made the wrong decision. But hopefully with 12.4, this is something that gets addressed. I will definitely retry this challenge here once I receive 12.4, which should be within a week or so. Really nice job making that right turn. Looking to make a left at this light. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch it. Looks like it already turned red, but really nice job overall. Let's not take away from what it did do good. It figured out some of the ramps. Let's not take away from that, but overall it did make a mistake at the end. So really hoping to see 12.4 offer maybe, you know, a little bit more attention to multi-level garages. So yeah, this is something I haven't really tested out too much. I did one time in Reston. There was a big garage. I just don't have too many garages in this area to test out. So whenever I see them, I'll try it for sure. But once you get over and closer into the urban area in like Arlington, of course, in DC, there you'll get a lot of garages. And of course, every parking garage is different. So it seems to be like trying to follow a pattern. Once it knows like to go a certain way, certain garages are laid out different. So if it's like one pattern to get out, it may work. Take a look at this traffic jam we've got in front of us over here. FSD has got to figure out how to make a left. And if it can't, I'm actually going to take over. So look, it's hesitating already. But I've got a green arrow here, so let's see. Now it did actually figure out the left turn, and now I got to get into the right lane, which it did a really nice job about. All right, I had a feeling it would fail at that turn, but it prevailed and did a really nice job. I mean, everyday traffic, FSD does really well. It's those real tricky things like multi-level garages and one-way streets that have endings that, you know, you have to make a U-turn or something. FSD can't really do all that yet. But Elon did address some of these things, and he said that they are testing it with unsupervised FSD, which means there's no one in the driver's seat. So if it gets into situations like where it needs to make a U-turn, it has to be able to figure out how to do that on its own, or else we'll never get robo-taxi. So yeah, that's really important for FSD to figure out how to do multi-level garages, because without that, then they would pretty much have to restrict robo-taxi to certain roads. Anything with like complex parking situations like what you just saw, it basically, you know, it would be off limits. And then think about the type of you know, media, the way they're going to report on robotaxi. Yeah, but it only works in certain roads and stuff like that. Tesla is looking to solve autonomy fully, so they really are going to have to look into these one-way streets and situations where the road ends, and you know, you just have to make a U-turn or whatever the situation is. So yeah, you know, FSD is great. It's not perfect. It's really, really, really good. It's definitely worthwhile to drive. I mean, it does all the driving for you. Look at this person just crossed the red light. FSD did not. And look at that, it turned green immediately, and I'm probably going to catch up to him. And it can prevent you from tickets and from speeding and stuff like that. So automatically it makes it worth it. But again, it's like a living, breathing body of work that's constantly being worked on. So what you see here is not the final product. I constantly receive updates, so FSD is always changing. It's like a living system. So there's so many people working on it, and there's so many Teslas out there that are collecting data to make each and every drive better than the last. So let's take a look at how it gets me onto this really narrow road here, and no takeovers whatsoever since we've got out of the garage. And yeah, FSD definitely doing its thing here. Look at this tight road here. Look how it's scooted to the right, waited for this big truck to get out the way. Nothing against big trucks, because that will probably be me one day, because definitely excited about the Cybertrucks. I'm starting to see some on the road. I saw one on Ridgetop for any of the locals here. There's a shop over there called Glassworks, and they actually wrapped, I asked the guys over there, they said it was one of their clients' Cybertruck, and they wrapped it and it's now blue. So keep a lookout in the DMV area. There's a blue Cybertruck here in like Sterling, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and make sure you subscribe for more. Let's see how we do with this left turn. Look how FSD is creeping up here. And yeah, just really want to thank everyone for all the likes and comments. Keep them coming. Definitely, it's pushing me to try to give you guys better and better videos. And I'm trying to test out as much as possible. And I know I keep saying this, but 12.4 is on the way. Some employees have started to receive it, so it's shortly, I get it shortly after that. So stay tuned, 12.4 on the way. All right, so we're gonna see how FSD does on this left turn. Looks like we're about to get an opening right after this car, which decided to make a left. So guess we don't have an opening. Now we gotta wait again here, and we should go right after this truck. I want to thank everyone again for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.